but it is so delicious and so quick. Oh, that onion's making me cry. Oh, look at that. Look at that green. Just stir that through. Oh, wow. That's a winner in my book. A couple of years ago, I did a recipe with this Beerenberg Chicken Chorizo Paella. For some reason, it's dropped off my socials, so I'm going to do it again. And not only am I going to do it again, I am dedicating it to the guy that invented it, Gary. I met him in the park walking around Kensington, do you believe it? And he invented this sauce. Well, I don't know, the recipe that goes with the sauce. So, let's go. First up, we're chopping an onion. I just use a brown onion. You can use a purple onion if you want, but brown onions seem to work really well with this recipe. I am just going to dice this onion. Look at those skills. I bought a new knife sharpener. And I'm telling you right now, I'm having a love affair with it. So, diced onion. This is chorizo. You can get that supermarket in the deli section or from the deli, fresh from the deli. So what I'm doing here is chopping them. I'm going to go in half. And then I'm going to do this. So you get nice little moons, half moons. Oh, that onion's making me cry. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I'm loving my knife sharpener. Look at that, how it's cutting through that. Do you know how hard that is to cut, Sam? You probably don't.
I don't.
No.
But it looks impressive.
I know, right? Okay. One more. So when I get this in there, I'll have a chat to you about how this recipe works. All right, so first, now I know my kids are big on this, so this will be a good popular one with my children's. So before I'm not going to put the heat on first. I'm going to let the heat come up while I've already got these things in here, okay? Because I basically want all the fat in that chorizo to render a little bit. Here we go. So we'll let the heat come up on that. Now we've got a sizzle on that. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I just want to bring the heat up in a slow, controlled way. We don't want to burn the absolute beep out of it, okay? I'm just going over here to my garlic thingy. I don't even know what you call that, a garlic. I know it's a salt pig, but what do you call a garlic thing? Do you know a thing that you put your salt in is called a salt pig, Sam?
I have no idea.
Yeah. And I don't know why that is. I'm also going to put a garlic in here. Just one clove, because I'm a garlic fiend, as we all know. Garlic. Oh, how good is that smell? I think chorizo has a great, great smell to it. Okay. So once this starts to sort of get a bit brown, we can add the chicken. But I just want to talk to you first about the rice I'm using in this recipe. Is this Arroz rice. Now, you can use arborio rice, and I don't suspect there's a great deal of difference, but this is a paella rice, and I just think it's a little bit fatter, and it just, for whatever reason, gets a little more cruncharoony on the bottom. Because whilst this isn't a real dinky-die paella, I mean, if we were doing a paella, we'd have to be here for 3 hours. But this is pretty close. So see how those onions are now starting to get quite golden? They're starting to golden up. Now I'm going to add the chicken. So I've used chicken thigh fillets because I just think if you use breast, to me, it just goes a bit dry. I love chicken thigh fillets. They just got that extra bit of fat, add that extra bit of flavour. Hey. Oh, yeah. So we are going to let that chicken brown off and add some salt and pepper. Don't forget, salt and pepper is very important. just going to let that brown a bit before we go to the next step. And turn that off a bit if you like, while we let that cook. Okie dokie. When it's got to this stage where the chicken is almost there, this is where we add the rice. 1 cup. 1 big, nice, healthy cup of this beautiful paella rice. So I'm adding it first to toast it a bit like what you do with a risotto. And what happens there is those little bits of rice soak up all the juices. So they become all flavour, little flavour bombs, little flavour capsules. All right, starting to brown. Here's the magic. I'm going to stir this through. See how that rice is kind of sticking to the bottom a bit? Don't panic. Alrighty, so I'm just going to pour this stock that I'm about to pour in there. Oops. In here to loosen up that sauce. And then the stock. And guess what, Sam?
What?
That's it, mate.
That's it.
That is it. And we put the lid on and we let it cook. Alrighty, lid on. Cook away. So we're gonna leave that, what's it say here on the jar? 20 minutes, 20, 30. Hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri. I'm really freaking out. What is going on? Hey Siri, hey Siri. While that baby's simmering away, I am going to chop up the capsicum because I'm gonna add this actually before it cooks because I want that to cook in there. I just want it to not go too cooked. I like to have a little bit of crunch. I know that my sister-in-law makes this all the time after I cooked it the first time in 2000, I think it was. 4 years ago.
Is that 2000 or 2020?
2020, I mean. 2000. All right, I know it said resist opening it, but I'm going to put it in now. Get some of that sweetness. I am going to give it a little bit of a stir. Ooh. Yeah. Just agitate the bottom a little. How good does that look? All that redness. And now I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap, let some of that steam out to let it evaporate a little. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so that, see the bottom of that? Oh, see how the rice is sticking a little bit. That's what I want. Okay. I'm not going to stir the bottom too much. Let me taste that rice and see if it's cooked. I reckon what we could do is turn that heat off and just let that keep cooking for another, say, 5 minutes and let the bottom go a little bit crunchy and then we're all done. 5 minutes later, bit of parsley. Look at that green, just stir that through. Oh, you haven't really got that. Well, it's a little bit, see here? A little bit of the stickiness on the bottom. I like to get it up. The longer you leave it sitting in the pan, the more of that you'll get. Oh, look at that. Sam. That is, Sam asked me, have you ever tried making the sauce by yourself? Why would you bother when Beerenberg have done the hard work? Look at that. Now I'm going to eat it. I'm going to try it. Oh, wow. It's the balance of flavours that gets me. Got a lot of spicy stuff, you know, but it's not hot. There's a mild heat, but it is so delicious and so quick. Like, really? So from beginning to end, let's say 45 minutes. That's a winner in my book. Bon appetito.